Introducing Passport Bros, your ultimate travel companion. Download the app for free and embark on a journey where your adventures not only become unforgettable memories, but also opportunities to earn. With Passport Bros, your travel content is more than just photos and videos. It's your ticket to a fully monetizable network of like-minded adventurers. Imagine making money from your travel stories. Post videos, share your experiences, and let the world be a part of your journey. But that's not all. Connect with travelers from around the globe, join co-ed groups, and make lasting friendships, perhaps even with foreign women who share your passion for exploration. And here's the best part. Store your earnings securely in your Passport Bros wallet. No hassle, no worries. Just seamless transactions wherever your travels take you. Looking for the best local experiences? Passport Bros has got you covered. Get personalized recommendations for tour guides, rentals, and the hottest clubs in town. Did we mention the app is absolutely free to download? That's right. Your passport to a world of adventure is just a click away. And here's the cherry on top. With Passport Bros, you can make money while exploring new places. Turn your passion for travel into a source of income, right from your mobile device. So, what are you waiting for? Download Passport Bros now, share your journey, connect with fellow explorers, and let the adventure begin.
Download now on the App Store and Google Play.
All right, family, we are live. Welcome to another show. It is your man BMT, and I also got my man Flight Madness in the building. What's going on, Flight Madness?
Hey man, just enjoying another night over here in Thailand, y'all. If y'all haven't been updated, I'm outside of China for a little bit. Maybe I'll be back next month sometime, but right now I'm enjoying this Thailand life.
Okay, nice, man. Thailand is definitely on the Passport Bros, to-do list right now. Thailand, Colombia, Brazil. I'm gonna give a shout out to my man Profe. I got you. He said salute. I was out there with him. I gotta call you about that interview too, though, brother. I gotta call you about that interview. But shout out to you, Profe. We had a few technical issues. It was raining like heavy yesterday, but shout out to him in the building. All right, Andy A in the business. I lived in Thailand for 3.5 years. And trust me, I know the hierarchy system. Yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about today, guys. We're going to be talking about the dating hierarchy system in Asia. Now, before we get started, we're going to let a few more people come in the room. Is there some differences between, I guess you want to say, North Asia and South Asia? Or is there some different hierarchy differences there between like China, Korea, Japan, and then downward Thailand and Southeast Asia? Is it just some differences?
So if we're talking about the hierarchy between, like, in terms of racial preference, it seems, based off what I've heard, that poorer countries generally the hierarchy is a lot stronger because in more developed countries they maybe have less white worship compared to maybe less developed countries. So, but my experience in Thailand is probably, I'm getting a lot of interesting intel here based on my experience, and it kind of, I haven't really met any. I don't feel like I'm at a disadvantage, but I could be wrong.
Okay, so you said there's some differences between China and Thailand as far as the dating hierarchy.
People say that there's a hierarchy in Thailand, and I'll take their word for it. But I haven't really experienced it because basically, as soon as I touched down here, like, the first girl that I cold approached, if we're talking about dating, like the first girl that I cold approached, I was able to like get her on the first date and make something happen, if you know what I mean. So I don't feel like, I don't know, like maybe my experience might be different or I got lucky. I don't know, but I haven't really felt like I'm at a disadvantage here, that I'm lower than anybody else. But, I am in Pattaya, though. I'm in Pattaya. So, like, my main competition here is probably retired guys, not really tons of younger black guys running around or younger white guys. So,
Okay. All right. Shout out to Shing Shang. He says, white man break bread. That's why, no love behind it. Joseph Rutherford says, I really don't care as long as I'm enjoying myself. I want to welcome everybody. We got 36 in the room so far. Guys, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. We got boots on the ground in Asia. All right. Boots on the ground in Asia. So are you saying that basically you haven't seen any really major differences in as far as attracting the type of women that you like versus China? This is pretty much the same standard that you're used to getting.
I mean, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. Like, it's way easier over here. Like, I got a roster. I've only been in town for like a few weeks. I already got a pretty good roster. And in terms of like the girl that I approached, that girl was in Bangkok, and that's like a normal girl. So a normal girl who has a normal job. I approached her and was able to make something happen on the next date. And that's not, I mean, I've done that before. I've done that a lot in China, but it's just like, it's been really consistent over here in Thailand. It's like, I can get women from game and I can get women from like, you know, throwing around a little bit of cash. But yeah, that's how it is. That's how it's going right now.
Okay. Excellent. And you sent me this right here, man. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up real quick. You sent me this right here. Now, can you explain? I'm gonna zoom up on it, but can you explain to me what this chart is right here?
Oh yeah, this chart is really, really funny. So when we're looking at this chart, y'all, it's called the SF. So I think that means San Francisco, because in San Francisco there are a lot of Asian girls. So the SF Asian girls flow chart to dating.
Oh, I thought it was the single female Asian girl. That's what I thought it meant.
Actually, it could be. It could be. I just assumed SF was San Francisco, but actually, it could be single female.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it says
I have no reason to.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I have no. I thought because when I see as an American, when I see SF, I just assume San Francisco, but actually, single female makes a whole lot more sense.
Okay. I'm trying to scroll down so you guys can see it a little bit better, but this might be. We have to work with this little image for a little bit. All right, so it says the single females, Asian girls flow chart to dating. If you meet a guy at a bar and you don't know what to do, don't worry. Just follow the decision tree to achieve dating bliss. All right, that's what it says. All right,
yeah.
You guys see that pretty good? I know you probably can't see the words, but can you see the chart?
Yeah, if we were able to we can kind of just work from top to bottom. Like if you can put your cursor over the top and I can read what it actually says, and I that way, it'll just be clear for everybody.
Okay, let's go from hold on. Let me see if I can this is so weird. Hold on. All right, we can start right there. Can you see it?
I can see it, and I got it on my phone right here. Okay. So you guys want to start at the top? So, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So basically, we got these three guys, right? We got like a white guy, black guy, and Asian guy. So this decision chart, this decision tree is based on, from a woman's perspective, if you meet a guy, what kind of decisions should you make in terms of like dating him and et cetera, et cetera. And when you're looking at this chart, don't take it too seriously. Like it is like kind of a joke. Definitely don't take it too seriously because I already see like in the first box. Okay, first one. It says, is he white? Y is yes, N is no. So is he white? Yes. Is he bald, short, fat, or over 50? No. Then sleep with him tonight. And that's kind of a joke. Like that's not just that's basically saying like if you're a white guy, she's gonna sleep with you, and that's not really the case. Like white guys get rejected by women too, y'all. I don't know. I mean, maybe we need some white guys to like call in to like share their experience because yes, I think a lot of black guys it seems like a lot of non-white guys seem to think that white guys are just like smashing every Asian chick that. I see. I mean, I guess. Do we need to get into this comment section already? Like, it's not a joke. That's just how it works in most of Asia. That's not true, man. Like, you need to be at least a decent-looking white guy if you want to smash like You need to be I'm gonna put it like that. You need to be a good-looking white guy. So, but anyway, if it said no, sleep with him tonight, and that's a joke. But and it says yes, did he go to college? Then yes, sleep with him tonight. Okay, y'all, and it doesn't work that way, but this is funny. But hey, maybe 15 or 20 years ago, maybe it did work that way. I think maybe 15 or 20 years ago, this chart could have been accurate. Like, okay, he's a white guy, I should sleep with him. I think maybe 15 or 20 years ago, yeah, that could have been the case. But in today's world, I don't think so. I think you need to be like a good-looking white guy if you want to like just get smashed through a ton of women. But anyway, I know a lot of guys like to disagree about that. Yeah, any comments so far?
Oprah Rake says Asian men, number 1. Number 2, white men. 3, all light-skinned men of any race. 4, others.
This is a ranking. That ranking right there is in terms like relationships. So generally, yeah, women prefer to date within their own race. If they can find like a really hot Asian guy who is like, you know, has a decent personality, they'll probably prefer him over any other race. Yeah. I generally agree with what he just said. I generally agree with what he just said for the most part. Yeah, but in terms of like this right here, this is pretty interesting. That's why I thought this was like SF, because we're gonna see a little bit later, guys, when we get to the Asian guy. It seems very difficult for Asian guys to like get women the way that non-black men. I don't know, the way that non-Asian men can get women, right? So it seems like for Asian guys, it's more difficult and complicated to like hook up with Asian girls than it is for non-Asian guys to yeah.
Okay, I will get shot at my man Big Mike. BMT says I'm in Tokyo right now. Japanese women prefer their own men first and then white men. I'm seeing lots of Japanese women with European men in Tokyo. All right. John Davis says Danny Flight is delusional about Asian women. Things don't change that quickly. I green up around. They definitely prefer white skin.
Yeah, but that's like saying like, okay, girls prefer guys who are tall. Like not every guy who's 6'4" is gonna be smashing every chick, right? So it seems like guys have this kind of weird perception, like, okay, white skin means I'm gonna smash every chick, and that's not the case. Like, you know.
Okay. All right. So coming from the white chart right here, Izzy White, you got Izzy Ball, short, fat, or over 50. Unemployed, starving artist. They say that's a fast track, so I'm pretty sure that's a joke, but maybe not. Maybe it's not. Yeah, sleep with him tonight. You got no, yes. All right, did he go to college? That's a W. Why not? For Asian girls in America, it's the easiest way to fit in. So this might be San Francisco, bro. You might be right. It might be San Francisco looking at that quote. All right. So let's go to the black side. All right. And it starts immediately off with. Go ahead.
Well, we missed one box at the bottom. So like, did he go to college? And if it's a no, yeah, it says go on a date first, then sleep with him. So you see at the bottom, yeah, right down there. Go on a date first, then sleep with him. So this is basically saying,
and probably has a crappy job. At least pretend to make him work for it.
Yeah, like this was definitely written by some guy. Maybe this was written by like a kind of salty Asian guy. Like I feel like if you look at the detail on the Asian guy side, it kind of indicates that hey, maybe like this was written by an Asian guy who like doesn't like what he's seeing with in terms of Asian women dating outside their race.
Okay, so right off the rip, it says no, he's not white. Is he black? Then the question is, yes, are you Filipino? Is he employed? Did he go to Harvard or Stanford? All right. Yes, go on a first date first, then sleep with him. No, ditch him. So basically, if you're a black guy, you didn't go to Harvard or Stanford.
Yeah. See, and like their guys can be like, come on, y'all. Like, do y'all really think this is accurate? Do you think like I didn't go to Harvard or Stanford? So yeah.
Remember to find a LGBT friend to play your boyfriend during family gatherings. Okay, I don't understand that part. Ditch them. You're a racist. As the rest of them, no harm, no foul. Okay. Yeah, this chart might be based on Asians in America. Now that I see some of the comments talking about Harvard, because of course there's no Harvards in or Stanfords in Asia. So you might be right. It might be San Francisco, bro. You might be right. All right.
Wait, I think is Big Mike a troll? Is Big Mike a troll? Because now the other live stream he said he was 280 pounds. Now he's saying he's 320 pounds. So is Big Mike a troll or something? Because I think his weight just increased by 40 pounds in like a week.
I don't know, man. Big Mike said he out there in Asia, so all right.
He said, "Man, all right."
So I'm assuming this all applies to American and Asian girls. So that makes a big difference right there. That makes a big difference if it's women in Asia, because like you said before, a lot of women do be trying to fit in with the culture to a certain degree, especially in college. So they're more open-minded than usual, right? Like when women are in college, that's when they used to be their most promiscuous years. I don't know now, but everybody's kind of hooking up with everybody in school. So that makes
but this chart is basically saying like no matter what the white guy looks like, she's gonna sleep with him, and I'm not sure how accurate that is. Like no matter what he looks like, that's why I'm saying this is kind of, we should probably take this with a grain of salt and probably see the humor behind it.
Okay. You want to take a stab at that part?
Okay, so is he Asian? So basically, it seems like for Asian guys, and I think this is definitely true based off what I hear about dating in America, like for those types of women, like an Asian girl who's going to date an Asian guy, the process is maybe a little bit more complicated, right? So you need to bring a lot more to the table. Like, did he go to Harvard? That's like the first box. So if it was like a yes, was he one of the top? Like, then the decision chart just gets a lot more complicated from there, right? Like, did he go to Harvard? Was he one of the top 10 students in his class? Is he at least 6 feet tall and athletic? Can he leap tall buildings in a single bound? This is kind of like they're really making a joke about how difficult or how complex it might be for Asian guys trying to date Asian women. Basically, they're saying that the women have a lot more standards that they apply to men of their own race compared to men of a different race. And I'm not sure, but I think that might be accurate for maybe every woman. Like maybe a lot of women, when they date outside their race, they might lower the bar a little bit compared to if they're dating a person of their own race. I kind of think that might apply to a lot of different races of women. Is BMT still there?
Yeah, I'm here, bro. I'm here. But hey, go ahead, Rock, for like a little minute. Let me I do something real quick, like 2 minutes.
Okay. So yeah, they're basically saying, like, I was thinking about this earlier today. It's like, as a black man, like to date a black woman, like a high quality black woman, for me as a black man, I think I need to bring more to the table than like a non-black guy, right? So like if a Hispanic guy or like a white guy want to date a black woman, they maybe could be kind of more mediocre and they could still get higher quality black women. And I think it might also be the case for other races. Like, okay, if I want to date a white woman, maybe it'll be easier for me as a black guy because I stand out compared to like all the other guys who are probably trying to get with her, right? Like if she's like a kind of, the type of white woman who mainly attracts white guys, you probably, if you're a black guy and you pursuing her, you might stand out amongst the crowd of guys that are probably trying to talk to her. So I think you kind of get that kind of exotic factor sometimes. And I definitely noticed that over here in Asia. Like for me, I might not be as great or as some of the local Asian guys that a girl might have the option of dating. But because I'm foreign, because I'm from a different place, she kind of puts me in a different category. So I don't need to bring as much to the table as a local guy, or the standards are just different. What she expects from me to bring or give her in that relationship is just different. So it's not the same standards. So yeah, I think that's mainly what this chart is about is representing guys. And I think you guys need to hang out with more white guys. You need to hang out with more white guys. So it seems like y'all think like every white guy is freaking killing it with the chicks. Like they're getting like dime pieces smashing every night. And I think if you actually hang out with white guys, you'll see that that's not the case.
Yeah, you was definitely right about this chart being San Francisco. Now I really look at it. Did he go to Harvard? Did he go to Ivy League? So this is kind of what you just mentioned as far as being Asian. He has more requirements. And you're right. This might have been written by an Asian guy that's kind of frustrated, like, man, I got to do all this just to get an Asian girl. But that's kind of how it is to a certain degree when you kind of dating women within your own culture. Like in America, if you're not, it's real ass backwards in the States, right? Because the women in the States are women of extremes, especially black women, right? So either you got to be a street thug, going in and out of jail, got to get a high number of attractive women in their prime, or you got to be on the other extreme side and be like a Carlton, married to some wealth, got money, family come from money. Then you might can attract the boule type of females, but it's a lot left over in between. And we think it only applies to us as black men, but that might be somewhere across the board because a lot of women are, beehive thought wise and thinking collectives. Now, I will say that the sisters are more on the extreme side than any other culture. Like that's kind of a brash generalization, but it's true, right? Like it's a lot of average brothers that are childless, single, not married, because it's such a big extreme on both sides. Either I gotta be rich in Carlton, you know what I'm saying, or something like that, or I gotta be straight Pookie with it. And you see Pookie's got 10, 12 different baby mamas and shit, and some of them bitches be looking good too. So, that's where I think it gets kind of, and this is what kind of made the passport bros thrive to a certain degree, because most guys are just average men. And when I say average, I'm not saying that they're lacking of excellence. I'm saying that no brothers don't want to be going in and out of jail to prove a point. You know what I'm saying? Like, if women knew what really goes on in prison, which is rampant homosexuality everywhere with the street dudes, then they probably, be like, they'll probably be a little bit more hesitant to hop in bed and have children with them. Then it's all just this big in Houston and Atlanta, this big emergence, not even emergence because it's been going on for a while now, of STDs, right? But what they're not telling you is because a lot of the street dudes come out of prison, they double dipping in men and women and bringing the STDs and the AIDS to the women that like dating thugs. So that's why the STD and the HIV rate is so goddamn high. It ain't the normal guys that's passing it around. It's the street dudes that's off and on getting hit both ways, on the low type shit. That's what's going on within the black community. That's why so many STDs. So a lot of brothers are just like, look, I'm out. I don't want to deal with this shit. Another thing I want to point out, another thing that's crazy, I thought that Dr. Umar was kind of like pandering a bit to the black women. I'm like, okay, obviously he gets most of his money from donations from black women. That's why he's always throwing black men on the bus for dating interracially. When I looked at the stats previously, it was like a small percentage of black men in interracial relationships, maybe 3 to 4% higher than black women in interracial relationships. But then I found out that it's been a big spike in interracial relationships amongst black male college graduates, almost 30%. So the brothers that are graduating from college are actually dating interracially a whole lot more. Now you got to ask yourself, why is that? You know what that is, right, Danny? It's because guys are marrying their college sweethearts. So they're getting access to these women in these colleges, outside of HBCUs. They're getting access to women in Nebraska State or, Alabama, AM, like they're getting access to these other races of women, like you say in California in the Bay. They go into Berkeley and Stanford and all these colleges, and they're saying, hey, this is my best option. I'm going to get her while she's young, and I can kind of mold her a little bit. This is what I'm marrying. So even though the black women have a high college attendance too, it's like even though they're in college, they still are messing with the street dudes to a certain degree. Even though they're college educated, they still want the thug love. So that's the crazy part. That's the part Dr. Umar's not mentioning. He's not mentioning that, hey, it's not the brothers. It's just the brothers. They ready. When they leave college, they ready to get married, start a family. They got their career going. They ready. Right? They ready to stop playing games and all that bullshit. The sisters, on the other hand, a lot of them are still in thug love mode. You know, or they on that hypergamy carousel where they reaching out, looking at DMing athletes and rappers, and they going through that little stage. They go through that stage.
Yeah. When I was in university, I think a lot of black women, they were trying to get with the athletes. I saw that a lot. Like, you know, like the most attractive black women, they were like going for like the 6'7" like guy who's on his way to the NBA or something. So
right. My man said, sisters want a thug, lawyer, doctor, humanitarian, drug lord, space cadet. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you know what that is, man, in all fairness, brothers, in all fairness, because we got to be fair. That's just because the family structure in our community is a little broken, right? Like, obviously, if they don't have a father figure looking up to, and the boys suffer from this tremendously as well. But what we have unique to our community is we have the best marketing campaign ever for Black dysfunction, right? We got the Sexy Red getting millions of dollars in marketing. Sukani, like, these are corporations, these are companies actually putting millions of dollars and even losing money to a certain degree because they can't even sell the concert because Black people kind of ready to move on to a certain degree. Like, we kind of passed this little ratchet stage. That's the thing about, I think white people are a little behind. Like, they don't know when we start making a pivot, and Black Americans are starting to make a little bit of a pivot back into that conservatism to a certain degree because we kind of like, okay, wait a minute, we don't really like this little whole, you know, ratchet hood LGBTism, Section 8. Like, that's not who we are really as a people. We like, you know, we're pretty conservative people when you kind of peel back the layers of us a little bit, especially when we get older. We like home ownership, we like Black businesses. So now you're starting to see that pivot, and now white media is like, oh, wait a minute. So Sexy Red's not going to sell out concerts, or Sukiana's not going to sell out concerts. Wait a minute, something's wrong here, right? So that's the pivot. Like, Black America's making that conservatism pivot back. That's why you see a lot of Black people trying to vote Republican again. You know, we started to make that little pivot, and now white people got catching up. Like, oh shit, wait a minute, maybe they're not as stupid as we thought they were. Now we got to figure something else. Every 20-some years, not 20, I would say every 10 to 15 years, think tanks come up with a different strategy to undermine Black people. Right now, because our generation was the mass incarceration strategy, right? No fathers, take the fathers out of the home, and then we infect the, you know, populace with mass media of gangster rap, and we influence the young Black boys to, you know, drop out of high school, sell drugs, and, you know, we're going to follow them through this prison system in their entire life. That was the mass incarceration strategy. Now we got the LGBT strategy, right? And each generation did. Before that, we had the crack strategy. So each generation, it's going to be a large percentage of Black people that fall on the wayside, and white people, because white people are kind of on the same, you know, in the same little circles. Poor white people, that is, in the same little prisons as well. All right, let me catch super chats. I'm all over the place here. You know, I get to going, Danny. I get to going, man. Shout out to my man D May with the 5 super chat. PSA. Hold on, wait a minute. That's my man D May. You almost got me, brother. You almost got me. BMT can't check me on the basketball court. Salute to Flight 100. You guys are speaking facts. Listen, man. D May, I'm gonna see you, brother. I'm gonna see all them little and one shots you throw on the court. I'm gonna keep a Charles Barkley on you. All right, shout out my man Nak Measy. You know, former foe, but now associated. Shout out to him for him and the yoga fight, the Nat Measy yoga fight going on Halloween in Thailand. I can't wait. I got my man Yoga, so everybody want to put some ducats on that. You know, I'm yoga team yoga all the way. Passport Bros. Yum Diddy loves Buzzy. You know what? I got a hilarious video real quick. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find this video. Danny, my bad. Let me go ratchet for a little moment, brother. I'm sorry. I know Danny be on it. You know, Danny ain't with the ratchetness, but I got to pull something up real quick because my man Nat Measy mentioned it real quick. Where's that? Now, real quick. Hold on. Is this might be another video? Hold on, bro. I'm trying to find this video. Here you go. All right. Let me put this video up real quick. Shout out to Nat. Now, some of you guys are familiar with this Tom Yum character. Now, he went on the Richie Mack show. He was upset because we were calling out his lifestyle, basically. But the internet is forever, bro. The internet is forever. Like, he went on the Richie Mack show, and he was claiming that he's not a part of the LGBT community, but he really is. So, let me play this real quick, man. My bad, Daddy. We're gonna get back to the business. So hold on. Let me just play this, man. You know I'm petty. Hold on.
My friends in Thailand. Wait. Tell them everything is good.
Yeah.
Thailand is good.
Philippines is good.
Hey.
This is not the first time I've tasted peanuts. I've had several in my line of work.
Coronavirus.
Okay. Hey, man. It's all love. I love Thailand. I love the Philippines.
I'd like to welcome all you ignorant ass bitches, critics, complainers, disgruntled rappers, and racists especially. This is me, motherfucking girl, man. Not no more shit with me. You feel what I'm saying, nigga? I run the motherfucking town, nigga. You go ask dope, man. You go ask Pippin Kid. You go ask Tom Atwan. Go ask all these niggas.
You know what I'm talking about, man? I'm the first P to have a whole stable full of lady boys. You know?
Hold on. Hold on. Where we at?
You know what I'm talking about, man?
Y'all heard what he said, right? He's the so-called the first P to have a whole stable of lady boys. All right, that's what he said. Hey, this guy's a clown, man. This guy's a real deal clown. Yeah. He went on the Richie Mack show. He was like, "Nah, I ain't like that. When have you ever seen me?" I'm like, bro, we all know. We've seen it. We've all seen it. Kissing the lady boys, bro. All right.
Mix the D with the P, so mix the D with the P, so nigga, that's so dope. And pussy will sell anything. You know what I'm talking about, man? Drug dealer pimping, man. That's what it's called now, nigga. You know what I'm saying? With the lady boys mixed in. You know what I'm saying? With the lady boys mixed in, man. And I'm the first nigga to do it, man.
That's a lady boy beside him, by the way.
Same one sitting here, man. I got them all. Do it, man. This same one sitting here, man. I got them all. Just say, man, but we're gonna do it like this, man. R.I.P. Pimp C, man. R.I.P. Pimp C, man.
Hey, don't be trying to bring Pimp C into this, brother.
R.I.P. Pimp C, man. The nigga church.
I'll say this too, you niggas out there think this shit is cool. Me and this man ain't never been butt naked in no room together, pulling no orgy type shit or doing none of that whole ass shit. Game, stick your cane in.
All right. But shout out to my man Big Bass, man. If you guys aren't following Big Bass life, shout out to Big Bass. Big Bass is a hell of a producer, makes really good music, man. All the music you hear on Richie Mack's show is my man Big Bass. All right. So yeah, that's the guy. Shout out to my man Mac for the super chat. We just got to put that out there. We can get back to business now, but I had to throw that out there because he was trying to disclaim that he wasn't about that lifestyle. As you can clearly see, Tom Yum, the Ladyboy Whisperer, is about that lifestyle. All right, back to business. My bad, Daddy. My bad. Hold on. My bad, brother. You know, I had to. Daddy, like, man, what's going on? I ain't mean to get caught up in this. Don't worry, bro. You ain't got no beef.
I'm actually surprised. Like, I've been in Thailand for like a few weeks. I haven't bumped into any real YouTubers like the guys you see on the internet. I don't know where they're hanging out at.
Oh, well, you know, you got to be in a group chats in Thailand, man, because everybody's hanging out. Trust me, everybody's hanging out. I can't wait to get back there, but everybody's hanging out. Everybody's out and about. But if you're not in that group chats, you probably don't know. And you know what, man? I gotta see what's going on with Dante, Golden Tiger, bro, because that's our spot. That's our cheer. So we gotta see what's going on with that, man. Guys, we might do like a little fundraiser to get that joint back open. We got to get that joint back open, man. But I no, Nat. I'm retired, brother. You know, I don't mix business with fighting or nothing like that. I keep it all business. If it's a fight, it's a fight, but I'm keeping it all business. I don't mix the two. If it's a business thing, then it's going to be a business thing. If it's a physical thing, it's going to be a physical thing. But I know you're talking about. Trust me, I got the messages now. I got the messages. But yeah, man, Dante's spot is closed for right now. Dante's spot closed right now. All right, man, let's get back to it. We kind of went off the ringer a little bit. My bad, family. Let me get back to it. You know, I get the flowing. Danny, you get a whole bunch of background noise in your background, Danny.
Oh, let me turn off the.
Yeah, you got a whole bunch of background noise. All right, let's go ahead and pull this chart back up. While Danny fixes his audio. Now, apparently, this is kind of more of a jokester chart. You know, I assume that this chart was in Asia, so that kind of just changes the whole narrative to a certain degree. All right, let's go. All right, there you go, Danny.
Yeah, so I was talking about this, like we were on the topic of like how dating outside your race. Generally, it seems that women of other races will have lower standards for like men outside of their race.
Okay,
I think that might be true.
I want to point something out. That's a very good point you made. I want to point that point out. So this is just not sisters that do this. Are you saying this is kind of like across the board, women kind of a little bit more accepting of, accepting less when they're dating interracially?
I think so, because like, for example, in China, like a Chinese man, when he marries a Chinese girl, he's expected to like provide a house, car, give the parents money. But when like a non-Chinese man marries like a Chinese girl, he doesn't really have to provide that kind of stuff. He's not expected to provide the same kinds of things. So it just seems like a different standard.
You know, it's just I wish I could find that video. I should have referenced that video, but it's a video of her brother. I forgot his name though, man. He has a pretty good YouTube channel. He has good camera quality too. He was in Japan, and a Japanese woman just randomly walked up to him, just like, I guess there was in the club or the bar. She was like, "Hey, you want to live with me? Like, you want to just move in with me and live with me?" And I was like, "Damn." Now, was she doing that because he was like the only probably black guy in the area, or because she wouldn't have did that to a random Asian guy, right? So that's probably what you mean by like, okay, this is a black guy. I want to be like, for example, do you think that Asian women get more attention for dating brothers? Like for their peer circle, basically? Like, oh, she's like, oh, hey, like I'm dating a black guy, and all her friends be like, oh, how is it type shit?
Probably because I think it's more rare. Like, first of all, there's less black guys to choose from, and maybe like less high quality black guys to choose from, generally speaking. Yeah, so it's less common.
My man said Tom Young is the alphabet pimp. Hell no. That was funny, bro. That was real funny. Yeah, it was in his own words. That's a good question. That's not question, but that's a good statement that you made, man. That in general, women are a little bit more. It could be a possibility that they might, because you got women that love mixed children. Like the girl I talked to in Cambodia, she would always, because she wants kids, she would always send me Blasian children. And I'm like, that's what you want? It's like, yeah. So despite it being somewhat of a lighter skin hierarchy to a certain degree, some of these women still prefer or will want mixed children, especially with an American, because that gives them a direct line to America if they have a child with you.
Yeah, definitely. And in terms of like, people were talking about, okay, in the beginning of the live stream, someone was talking about how white guys spend money, so that puts them ahead. I agree. Being willing to spend money definitely matters a lot. In terms of like, especially in Southeast Asia, like I feel like the poorer the country is, the more money matters. Like the more spending money matters. I think that seems to be a pattern that I'm seeing. And in more developed countries, for example, like in Thailand, spending money will get you a lot more leverage over a woman probably than in Japan, right? Because Japan is pretty rich and developed. So you're not gonna have the same effect. You're gonna have to spend a lot more money in Japan compared to like other places, right? To get the same amount of leverage.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right. But yeah, so you see at the bottom of the screen, you gotta give them your number, tell them to find you on Facebook, Friend Zone, ditch them. So like I said, this chart at this point is somewhat irrelevant because we're not talking about dating women in the States, right?
It's kind of, we can look at it generally, right? It's basically saying that white guys have it easier, black guys have it second easier. And if you actually look up there, if you look next to the Asian guy, it basically says like if he's not black, white, or Asian, then don't bother dating him at all. And I don't think that women think that way. You know, I don't think women think that way. I know lots of guys who are like Arabic or something, and they can get hot chicks here. So I think generally I feel like guys rely. It's kind of like, okay, I don't know if you pay attention to like the kind of like the whole looks maxing part of YouTube where guys are like crying about how they weren't born 6'5" and weren't born white or something. Like there are guys out there who are like, oh no, I'm 5'10". I can't get women or something like that. It's like, you know, guys are always going to blame something for their lack of success. So I think in our community, there's a lot of guys who are saying, oh, okay, I'm not white, so I'm never going to get like top quality women, or I'm always going to be second choice. I think there's a lot of that goes on in our community. Like guys, they choose like one factor that's outside of their control, their race, and they blame that for their lack of success.
Okay. Shout out to Justin Harrison says, dude's channel is called The Broke Tourist. Old girl had a boyfriend and everything, and she ditched him for the black guy, invited him to move in and everything. All right. Okay. So since you brought it up, let's see if we can find it. Let's see if we got it. You guys got to see this because I saw a little bit of this myself. All right. So this is The Broke Tourist, guys. Make sure to go sub to him. I just subbed to him right then and there. All right. Go ahead and give him that Passport Bro sub. And let's see what's going on with this video.
You live here in Japan, or you just visiting?
I live here. Do you want to live in my house? You're welcome to my house.
Let me see. I'm in the game. Why should I join with this Jesus?
And that girl looks like a MILF, by the way. That girl looks like she looks over the age of 30. So you guys should factor in that if she's over the age of 30, it's going to be significantly easier to like get this kind of behavior from those types of women.
You live in Japan, or you just visiting?
I live here. Do you want to live in my house? You're welcome to my house.
That's I mean, true, but that's a tough one. You know what I'm saying? She came right away, and you're right. She is a little older, and I gotta say this real quick, man. You know, the makeup game is serious. They don't like to be having no makeup, but they be having no makeup. When you see what they look like in the morning, that's when you get a good vision of them because she's older. She might be like in her 40s. She's a little bit older than 30. All right, real quick. Let me catch your comments real quick. We're going to get right back to the video. BMT Live, no, Asian women that date black men do not necessarily get a positive reaction for dating a black guy. I never said it did, bro. But it's dependent on her class. If the black guy's on a higher class than her. BMT Live, if the black guy of higher class and education than the Asian woman, then the race matters less. Big Mike says, BMT, if it's true that women have higher standards for men of their own race, for example, Arab women that's true, want their men to provide $50,000 in dowry for wedding and marriage. That's very true. Very true. All right.
I asked earlier, is Big Mike a troll? Cause like last live stream you and I did, he said he was 280 pounds. Then one of the first comments he wrote today is, okay, now he's 320 pounds. I don't know. So he was talking about he was in like Korea and getting rejected by women. And we were trying to figure out why. And okay, then he says he's almost 300 pounds. So I'm like, okay, maybe that's the reason, not necessarily your race. But all right.
Oh, okay. Okay. You never know with these guys on the internet that don't show their face. Never know. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see.
1,200. All right, bet. Let's do it. A whiskey, coke, and a beer.
He's a blogger. He's a famous blogger.
I'm not famous.
He's gonna be a famous blogger.
Yes, ma'am. That's the way to do it.
Whatever it is, he's a blogger.
Where'd you learn English?
What?
Where did you learn English?
Oh, she's a little tipsy too, right?
Yeah, she's okay in Japan. You know, showing those kind of tattoos, I think, is kind of maybe considered lower class. So, like, someone says she's maybe Filipina, so I think that could be true. And she's maybe around the age of 35 or a little bit older.
Man, she might be about 45, bro. Looking at that face.
I don't have to learn.
I didn't mean to be offensive. I'm just asking a question. Why are you rolling your eyes at me? I'm asking a question.
No.
Your English is great.
English is our second language in the Philippines.
Do you know Spanish too or not?
No.
Oh, so she's Filipino.
Yeah, so did he lie in the video title? Did he say Japanese girl asked me da-da-da?
Okay, yeah, pretty much.
Of course, we understand Spanish in the Philippines. Well, no, I don't.
Very good. You live here in Japan, or you're just visiting?
I live here. You want to live in my house? You're welcome to my house.
I will come to your house.
Really?
Yes.
You're really?
I want to come have dinner with you.
Not just dinner. If you're coming to my home, just have dinner. No.
I'll spend a whole day with you. What's your number?
Not just one whole day. No.
How long?
How long do you need to make a content?
A month.
A month? You can live in my house a month.
For you.
Oh, thank you. So can I have it? Sorry. No, just kidding. No, if you want to have a 1 month, you can say no.
What are you doing tonight?
I'm gonna drink here and get photos, and then that's it.
And then you're going back home.
Yes.
Okay.
But actually booked a hotel because I already missed my train.
So your hotel is here in Osaka?
Yeah, it is nearby. No, it's not my train.
What's your whiskey and coke?
No, I said I only want Hakushu.
Hakushu. Damn.
No,
I ain't got no more cash.
Why did you make this one?
I thought you wanted a whiskey and coke.
No. No one said this drink. He's gonna drink a beer, and I said Hakushu, and I don't know what his drink.
I could swear he just ordered a whiskey and coke though. That's what he ordered. He just drunk. That's what he ordered. That's what he ordered.
Yeah.
What's your drink?
Damn, you don't take card here at all? Literally, cash only in the motherfucker. God damn.
You been in Japan, right, Danny?
Yeah, I was in Tokyo.
How much is like a drink? Because I don't know how much 1,200 is. Like, how much is just the average drink? He ordered like a whiskey.
I mean, I felt like food and drink there was not expensive at all. So like, I'm not sure. Like, I don't drink much, so I don't know like what a cheap drink is. But basically, not expensive. Not cheap, but like basically, I think fairly priced. So like, not. That's pretty vague, but basically, I didn't feel like it was expensive there.
Okay. All right. So let's see. The brother actually moved into her house. Hold on.
It's taking the world by storm.
Every employee can book their own. You live here in Japan, or you're just visiting?
I live here. You want to live in my house? You're welcome to my house.
So here I am, standing outside the house of a complete stranger in a foreign land. We just met yesterday, and now I'm about to step inside of her home. She seems kind, but there's a mystery about her. Who is she really? What secrets lie behind these walls?
Hey, he sound like you. He sound like you a little bit, Danny. He sound like you.
Doing a voiceover. I mean,
yeah.
It's us. I saw somebody say like, "Hey, don't put these old women on a pedestal." But you guys gotta understand, like the YouTube game, like there are a lot of thirsty guys out there. So you can put like a kind of older woman in the thumbnail, and like a lot of thirsty guys gonna still click on it anyway. It doesn't really matter, y'all.
That's true.
It started.
You can put more than that in the thumbnail. You can put girls from Soy 6 on your thumbnail.
Yeah, you can.
That's not a shot. It's not a shot.
An unforgettable adventure. Something else entirely. My instincts are telling me to be cautious. My curiosity is pulling me forward. I've always believed in taking risks and embracing the unexpected. But this feels a little bit different. Will this encounter change my life forever?
Yeah, she's much older than him. She's got him by like 20-something years.
Or is it a mistake I'll come to regret? What awaits me? Stay tuned to find out, motherfucker.
Alright, I'm finna give y'all a house tour. Living room, kitchen. Living room.
Bro, I never, ever advise any man to move in with a woman, bro. I don't care how long. That's just like maybe like 2-3 days max, but women be flipping, swishing it up on you quick, bro. When they had that leverage on you.
Area. She plays the guitar and shit. I'm gonna try to convince her to play the guitar and sing. She was doing that for me yesterday. I want her to do it on camera.
Somebody said she needs trouble. I saw on her face. She playing nice right now.
Let's go upstairs. She has like a lot of clothes, y'all. Like it's insane. A bunch of Yeezy shit, Nike shit.
Hold on. Let me. Hold on real quick. MF Doom says MF Doom, the supervillain, says y'all use the worst examples of black men and Asian women couples. No, we don't. It's not an example of a black man or Asian woman couple at all. We just, looking at dude content, bro. What are you talking about? This is not the standard. We're not saying this is the standard at all. All right. All right. Michael Hill says Asian women will date and marry American black men, but it helps to speak the local language and have plenty of disposable income. Been married to Chinese Thai wife for 12 years. Shout out to Nat Measy. All right.
Her room, I'm not gonna show y'all that. This is like her hype beast room. Like she's having a whole bunch of clothes, whole bunch of shoes, a lot of clean toys and dolls. She used to be a DJ. And this is my room, man, for the next month. Nice bed, good air conditioner.
This dude actually did move in with somebody he didn't know for a whole entire month, bro. I guess it's like some Airbnb with benefits thing type of shit. I don't know.
I think she might be rich. Like that home, I think is pretty big in Japan. Maybe like how many rooms it has.
My workstation. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. This is my view.
Japan looks so dope, man. That shit look dope.
Yeah, man. I'm trusting her. She seems super cool and a very genuine lady. I got a picture of her passport. She has a picture of mine just to be safe. I've sent my location to all my friends. Y'all pray that she doesn't fucking poison me and sell my organs or something. Opening the jack.
Oh yeah. No. Hey, Danny, you was right. She got some bread.
Yeah.
And I actually moved in, y'all. She wasn't joking. So this is my new roommate for the next month. So y'all are going to see a lot of her.
Cheers.
I have water.
You will say, Ohia kudasai. Kudasai means please. Kudasai. Whatever you ask, you have to say kudasai in the end.
All right, so I vote for Danny to try this experiment in China. I want you to go ahead and ask her random to stay with her for a month, man. We're gonna do a experiment. What you think?
I mean, there are like a lot of rich older women in China who like you can do this kind of thing. I've never been into the cougar thing, but I know I have a lot of guys. They date these kind of older, like rich women who spend lots of money on them. But I never really was into that. I never really was into like the whole sugar mama thing.
Okay, I mean she's not like I said, she got him by about 20, at least 15, but she's still attractive. I would say she's still attractive. All right. Somebody say he got a cougar. Yeah. The incel factor. Yes. If you want a high soul Thai women. Okay. Okay, so he said the living situation only lasted a few days. Of course. You know, this is the crazy part about it. He's a younger guy. She's an older woman. As an older gentleman myself, we all know better. Like we all know like this isn't a good move. You know what I mean? Like maybe trying to save some bread. I don't know. But it would have been a situation like, hey, we can hang out. I come over your place for a night or so, but I can't sit there and live with you. I don't know you, lady. Crazy. All right. Japa Yuki equals Japanese businessmen go to the Philippines and sponsor a Filipino to come live in Japan. They are essentially their concubines. This woman aged out. You know what's interesting, man? Yeah, we definitely come from like a simp ass culture in America, not a hookup culture. But what I notice about being overseas is it'd be a lot of tricking by these dudes, man. By these other races of men, it'd be a lot of concrete, hard slab, straight up tricking. Like they don't care. It's acceptable. It's standard. I think that, especially coming from our community, it's more like, game them up, but you're transferring a lot of time. And that's the thing that we don't talk about. When you're a businessman, some of them guys out there working 20 hours, a day, working 7 days a week, they ain't got time to be trying to play the bar and try to game a woman and finesse a woman and convince a woman. They just rather pay, and it's a lot of that going on overseas in general. So it's just not Americans that's just going over there trying to do the thing. It's just in general that's kind of like accepted within the culture. I mean, they got machines in Japan where guys can buy pantyhose and smell pantyhose and shit. I don't know if you saw that shit, Danny, but you seen that shit, right?
I've seen it on videos. I didn't see it when I was actually in Japan. Maybe that's like one of the weird areas of Japan that I didn't go to.
Okay, all right. Yeah, she looks all right. I mean, she looks okay, but that makeup come off, man. You never know what you got. All right, Michael here says, if you want to find a rich Thai woman, in Patsy, I go to places like Yin Club, De Fear, or Yellow Car Garage Bar. There you go, Danny. You might want to write that down, brother.
Well, like rich Thai woman. Do I really need that, guys? I need like I took a picture of this just so keep it in my memory. But I'm not. I might do some research for you guys. But I don't really need any sponsoring right now. I like being independent. I don't like being at the service of a woman. Like being like even living with a woman. Like I had a situation where I was living with a girl, and like we just kind of drove each other crazy. Like I can't have that. I need my space. I need my independence.
Yeah, especially them Indian dudes. They be tricking heavy. Prime VA 757 says, I think too many guys have the defeatist mindset thinking every woman wants a black man. Hold on.
I think that comment should be every.
He did it wrong. He says, I think guys have a defeatist mindset thinking every woman wants a white man, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's the comment. He wrote it wrong the first time. Yeah, I think a lot of guys do. Like a lot of guys, I don't know, like maybe it's like a victim mindset or something. Like, oh man, I'm not white, so like I'm always gonna be like I'm never gonna get anything, or I'm always gonna be a loser. I can't win. Like I feel like that's like a victim mindset a lot of guys have. It's kind of pathetic, but well, I mean, come on, guys. If Chris Brown comes over to Asia, you think he's not gonna? You think women are gonna prefer like a white guy over Chris Brown? Like, come on, y'all.
All right, shout out to Passport Bro Villain. Actually, not shout out to you. Passport Bro Villain. What I'm talking about? Game is BS. You're spending money to get things in motion regardless. Plus, women love money. It's like bees to honey. It is like bees to honey.
No. This guy hasn't been to any developed countries, probably. But if you go to a developed country where women aren't poor, you're going to see that, money doesn't get you as far with women who don't need money.
I don't know, Danny.
I mean, I'm just saying it'll take a lot more money. It'll take like millions more, right? Really.
Well, I agree with you said it's like bees to honey because women. I mean, all people who don't love money, bro. Like, this is the thing. This is the different aspects of being when it comes to money. Men look at money as more of a tool, to get either more money or to we get paid. We try to buy cameras, microphones, stuff that kind of improve the quality of our, channels. That's how we think for the most part. Women like to spend money, bro. They like to go shopping. I asked one of my ex-girlfriends back in the day, I asked her, I said, what's your purpose in life? Like, what's your purpose? Like, what do you want to do in life? Because you hate your job. It seems like you hate your life. You always complain about this, that, and the other. So I can't solve, these things. It's something within you that you have to solve yourself. So I think maybe finding your purpose will make you happier. And she said, she was like, my purpose is shopping. I said, that's your answer? She's like, yeah, I just want to go shopping. I'm like, that's it. Like, no purpose, no, not trying to help humanity, not trying to, she just wants to go shopping. So I said, okay, so you telling me you're depressed because you're not able to go shopping like the way you want to go shopping? She's like, yes. Trying to pretty much kind of pull me into giving her money to go shopping all the time, to give her allowance to go shopping. That's going to make her happy. So that's the kind of things you get when you get not even necessarily an older guy, but women like that, man. They like shopping sprees, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I think basically like, it's kind of like we're saying like now, like for me, okay, if I was like an African guy or if I came from like a country, I know a lot of guys in China who do a sugar mama thing, like sugar daddy. Like they come from like a poor country and they want like a rich woman to take care of them. So like, yeah, I think if you come from a poor country, you're maybe more likely to make that kind of choice. If you come from a richer country, you might say, okay, I can work some and I can be independent, or I can make myself fully dependent on this other person. And I feel like women who come from a developed country, they're more likely to say, okay, I don't want to be fully dependent on a man if I don't have to be. I want to retain some independence. I'm only seeing that over here in like maybe less developed countries where women are okay being fully dependent on a man because they know that working on their own, they probably can't make enough money to really fully live the life they want. So they're like, okay, I'll just let a man take care of me. But I think if you have the option to make a decent living without being dependent on a man, I think a lot of people would rather choose that. That's just based off what I've seen.
That's true. That's a good point. That's a good point. The crazy part is a lot of women that are dependent on men, to me, they age gracefully better. And generally speaking, they're more happy. They're more happy. I've seen that. I've noticed a big difference in the women that like choose a career, independence and everything. They always seem to end up like just the young lady right here in the video in her 40s begging for somebody to come stay with her. Because the issue is with that is as they progress in their career and get older, they're swapping out sexual partners. And the more sexual partners a woman has, the more issues she have, usually. So what you got to understand, what I've learned traveling the world and being in all these countries is the fact that it might be better off to wife up a 21, 22-year-old girl with a past, per se, that was in a certain industry, per se, than to wife up a career woman in her late 30s. See how that balances out? Because, yeah, she's 21. Yeah, you met her in a bar out there in Thailand somewhere. Hopefully it was her first week or so. Maybe she got some numbers up quickly because she's pretty, but she wants to desperately get out that situation. She found her. I've seen it with my own two eyes. I've seen guys rescue some of these women out of bars, and they still are married to this day, right? They're happy and everything. So, yeah, she might have some numbers on her, but her whole purpose in life is to help you achieve what you want in life versus the career woman who's in her late 30s. She ain't been through 12 boyfriends, 100 late night stands, hookups. Like, come on, we know what it is. So, it's all about, what you're comfortable with. But yeah, man. But guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this on up. We've been rocking out here for a minute. I know it's getting late out there in Thailand. Danny, anything you want to say in closing, brother? You have the floor.
I mean, so the whole topic of this show is like dating hierarchy. And my opinion is that, okay, if you can do good with women in one country, I'm not seeing guys completely strike out, like, you know, like, I'm really good in this country, but the women in this other country don't like me at all. I'm not really seeing that. Usually, like, the guys who strike out in one country, they're also those are the kind of guys who also strike out in many other countries. So I don't like how you got, you know, some guys are playing the race card, but in reality, like, some of you guys, you know, not you guys, but, you know, some guys aren't really having any luck anywhere, and they just want to play the race card, like, put it on some other reason. But anyway, yeah, I'm pretty happy over here in Thailand. I'm liking it. I'll be, you know, yeah, I'm liking it. I'm black, and you know, I'm not white, and I'm really enjoying my time here. Yeah.
MF Doom says, I think Asian women have this perceived idea of white men in their heads. So as a black man, all you got to do is show her a better idea. All right. Jackman. I see I woke y'all ass up, right? Shout out to Ashley says, huh? Nah, but you tripping. BMT must be drunk. Nah, man. I don't even drink. Losers play the race card. Okay. All right. So once again, oh, by the way, before we go, we just had a major update, family, on the Passport Bros app. If you haven't, make sure to download it. We got a whole bunch of new features that we're working on that we just updated to V2.3. So it's a whole different look. All right. I want to give a shout out to my developers. They've been working around the clock. Okay. Shout out to my man Zoo and the other developers. All right. As you can see, I don't know if you noticed the update, Danny, but we got a whole new look now.
All right.
New look. Yeah, man. So, you know, we just, you know, we got a lot of new content coming into the app.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. That's you know, a whole lot of new content. You know, we got all the guys on there. What the hell? I don't know. Yeah, but we got all types of dope content, man. Somebody's posting something crazy on there. But guys,
Yeah.
Go ahead, Danny.
I was posting like I took a break from posting content for the past month because I've been traveling, so I need to get back on there. So like if you post like the link, I want to put it on my phone. I got it on my computer, but I want to like have it on my phone and make it more convenient for me to post. So like I guess is it pinned in like the Facebook group?
Yeah. It's
okay.
the app. I got you. Yeah. I thought you had the app
cool.
the whole time, bro. No nobody be on the laptop like that. But
I always post from desktop. I always use it from desktop. I guess I'm in China, so it's maybe more annoying, right? To use the apps, maybe.
All right, shout out to MF Doom. That's the super villain. Says I'll get the app when I buy my plane tickets in August. Shout out to you, man. Download the app for free. All right, guys, we up out of here, man. Peace.
All right, see y'all.